You still can't compose, even though you know the scales, have studied harmonic functions, and memorized the names of diatonic chords. So why do you still struggle to develop the melody? The answer is simple. For example, let's say we are in G minor. But then we move to this chord. This chord doesn't exist naturally within the scale we are using, so how is that possible? Now we have the answer to our first question. A melody is not built only on the diatonic chords of a scale. Music can also use outside chords. We may call them borrowed chords or neighbor chords. This particular chord is A major, and functionally we know it as a secondary dominant. But here comes the second question: is this information alone really enough? When we play an A major chord, which scale should the melody follow? After all, we are still technically in G minor. Let's check it. It doesn't quite fit. Maybe A major scale. But what if I told you that in this moment the chord actually belongs to the A dominant Phrygian mode? Wouldn't melodic development suddenly become much easier and more natural? I know another question immediately appears: why A dominant Phrygian and not simply A major scale? The answer to that question is explained in the following lectures. So, ultimately, we can conclude that outside chords and modal colors play an essential role in the creation of music. This idea is the foundation of the composer's mindset course. Our goal is simple: to teach composition in a practical, creative, and intuitive way. You don't need advanced harmonic analysis, you don't need Roman numerals, you don't need chord symbols. A basic understanding of music theory is enough because the lessons are explained primarily through modes and their tonic chords. Throughout the course, we will explore different modal maps, musical forms, develop melodies and harmonies together, and answer the creative questions that naturally appear during the compositional process. We invite you to join this creative journey.